This is il cielo di Venezia, the sky of Venice. But what is it we're looking at here? Is this the sky, or is this the glimpse into the infinite? Or are those one and the same thing? So much of Lucio Fontana's work is about space, about these groundbreaking developments in the trajectory of humanity in the 1960s. But this is not a painting about outer space. It's a painting about the beauty of a terrestrial reality, about the city of Venice. The glimmering waters, the sun, the sky, and the sea, all together in this panoply of color and reflection. As opposed to being a portrait of the place itself, this is a work that seeks to conjure the essence of Venice as a city. A place which in our collective consciousness has this unique status as the most romantic place imaginable, as this place of unique and undefinable beauty. Fontana described Venice as a city suspended in eternal time. This is a painting that is both grounded and celestial. Venice is a city where you're constantly looking up. You're looking up at the golden ceilings of San Marco. You're looking up at the Tiepolo frescoes, at Titian's Assunta. That is a kind of heaven on earth. And this painting, which sees Fontana look up to the bluebird sky and down to the shimmering reflections on the canals, encapsulates that element of Venice's aesthetic. This is a painting about feeling above all else. This whole idea of spatialism is about the sensations created by painting, created by art, and in this case, the feelings built in by the place itself. This work is part of a discrete series of 22 paintings titled the Venezie, which Fontana made in advance of a 1961 exhibition in Venice during the Biennale at the Palazzo Grassi. This series was a pivotal moment for Fontana, where he moved from the water paints that characterize his tagli by their flatness, where the depth comes from the cuts themselves, to acrylic paint, synthetic paint, that he can build up off the surface and use the surface and use the impasto to create the movement which characterizes the painting. The blues we see here as we look at this painting are not just the blues of the sky. These are works wrapped up in the Venetian Baroque, in the Venetian Renaissance, and it is no coincidence that the blue lapis lazuli pigment used by Titian and Veronese and Tiepolo is so in evidence here. This is an homage to the greats of Venetian art that preceded Fontana. The buchi here, the holes, which come in these two concentric circles in the center of the canvas, conjured this feeling of a vortex, of a cyclone, pulling us upwards and always up. Everything drawing us up and to the sky, into the space above us. There's an element of looking at this painting which is almost archaeological. We see these ground layers and then these built-up pastos layers of silver acrylic paint, and then finally Fontana boring back into the canvas with the reverse of the paintbrush with the holes around the center. A fundamental tenet of Fontana's practice is to challenge the picture plane, this idea that the confines of the canvas should confine an artist. His fascination with space, his fascination with the infinite, with the sky above, is all reflective of this idea of breaking through, of expanding the confines of the picture plane to something far more expansive and all-encompassing. The fundamental nature of Fontana's gesture is radical, but in this painting there is a Baroque exuberance to it, there is a romance to it. It is an active engagement with his subject. And what I love about this painting is this idea that Fontana's own history with this place, his own honeymoon, his own childhood as a boy growing up in Italy where Venice is on a pedestal above all other places, there's something hugely poetic to me and hugely moving to see a work like this made by an artist like Fontana.